Hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
And Marianne behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. So, a couple weeks ago, Toots, we did a video of a couple of new vintage Frigidaire ranges in the studio kitchen. And I got a lot of emails and comments. By the way, if you want to email me, here's the email address at the bottom of the screen. I often will see the emails before I see the comments in the videos. But anyways, Mayor, a lot of people wrote to me and asked, how do you clean these? These old stoves look so clean. What do you do? So, here's what I'll tell you. Some of them, when I find them, are actually pretty clean and in pretty good shape. Over the years, there's been some that I found that were real rough, okay? Really dirty, uncared for, in a dirty garage or basement or barn or something, and in need of a lot of TLC. So it just depends. As I go along, I don't normally pull stoves that require a lot of real meticulous and deep cleaning anymore, because it's a lot of work, unless it's a really special piece. So, Mary, you know what my number one cleaning tool is?
Elbow grease.
Elbow grease, exactly, okay? And there's no substitute for that. There's no magic thing that you can just spray on and it will just sparkle and look clean. So you need a little elbow grease, and you need a little time, and you need a little patience. I actually find cleaning these old ranges therapeutic. And believe me, I need it. So it works out really good for me. But let me say up front, with ranges or any old appliance, whether it be an old Mixmaster or coffee pot or anything, you want to be careful on what you use. Some things you can use something that is a little abrasive, but on appliances like stoves and refrigerators, don't use anything abrasive. Don't use anything acidic. Other than if you're cleaning the inside of the oven, you may want to use some oven cleaner. So if the oven is really dirty, and I mean really dirty, it's got a lot of grease and stuff in it, use an oven cleaner. I like to use the one that has low fumes, because the fumes can be really caustic. So, and you might need to do a couple of treatments with the oven cleaner, but that's for inside the oven. For outside the outside, here's all the tools I use to clean 90% of everything that's in this place. Okay, elbow grease first. Second is a bucket of sudsy hot water with Dawn dish soap. Okay, that, Marianne, is level 1 cleaning. Okay, and I think you'll find that this will get rid of a lot of stuff. Just that. Have a good arsenal of rags. Old dish rags, washcloths. I like some of these microfiber rags. You can get them at the dollar store. They're cheap, but they do a nice job in getting off stubborn stains. Or you might want to use a sponge. This is a non-scratch, okay? Scotch-Brite makes them. You can also get them at the dollar store. They're not abrasive, okay? They won't scratch. The green ones are abrasive. Don't use those. The blue ones are scratch-free. They'll say so right on the package. Also, sometimes I use one of these little scrubbies. You've seen these, right, Mare?
Yes.
They're just plastic, okay? woven plastic, but they're good for cleaning things, getting off a little stubborn stain. Again, they won't scratch. No, I'm not going to brush my teeth, but I have a variety of toothbrushes, soft and firm, okay, for getting in those little nooks and crannies with the hot sudsy water. Okay, it really helps. So don't throw your old toothbrushes out, or just go to the dollar store and buy some cheap ones. These are great tools for cleaning. Now, in terms of like cleaners per se, probably the one I use the most is Simple Green. It does a very nice job. It's a good degreaser. It's non-toxic. It doesn't irritate my skin. It's got the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. By the way, I'm not sponsored by anybody, okay? I don't get anything for, people ask me what I use. This is what I use. And having cleaned hundreds of vintage appliances, large and small, I've learned what works best in terms of for the kind of cleaning I like to do. So Simple Green. If something's a little more stubborn or really greasy, I find that this Crud Cutter works pretty good. Also, it's non-toxic, so I like that about it. Cleansers. Never use an abrasive cleanser on an appliance like Ajax or Comet, okay, something like that. Don't do it. It's good for scouring a sink or whatever, but not for a appliance. I love Bonami. It is non-abrasive. It does not scratch. It's all natural. It's a good cleaner. This is good for cleaning not just porcelain, but appliances like the inside of a crock pot, like the ceramic part, Mare, or old Pyrex glass that has got baked on gook on it. Okay, Bonami does a nice job with that. Now, Barkeeper's Friends is good for cleaning things that are metal, like electric skillets and the like, okay, things like that I like to use. I don't use it for appliances, okay, but I do use it for electric skillets and fryers and that kind of stuff. And then when it's all done, if you want to give your refrigerator or range a little shine, you know what? I'll put a coat of wax on it, okay, just like you would a car. So, Mare, I'm going to take a couple of these little things here, and let's come over. So here's an example of a stove that I've got kind of waiting in the wings here. Now, unfortunately, I can't plug this in and show y'all because it is under repair. I've got everything works pretty well on it, except, come on closer, Mare. This burner, you see where it says electronic eye? This has a sensor, and this was acting up improperly. And my good friend, John Lefevre, who probably knows more about these vintage appliances than about anybody I've ever met in my life, because he's been an appliance repairman for 50 years. And my buddy Anthony were here last week, and we got into the back of this stove. And so we've got to replace a couple of parts. But as you can see, Mare, the stove is dirty. Okay?
Yeah.
I got it out of a basement some years ago. And you look down, you can see where stuff is spilled on it. You see all this down here?
Yeah.
So, again, it just needs a good going over. look here where it says Westinghouse. You see all that crud that's kind of built up back there, in there? And that's just grease that has splattered over the years when cooking. Why, when people cook, after they're done, they just don't take a rag and wipe down the stove and be done with it? I don't know. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. Some people just don't. But anyway, so again, when I say first level cleaning, in a situation like this, I'm going to get my sudsy water here with Dawn, and I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. And I know, Mary, it's probably hard to get, but you can already see a lot of that grease coming off just from wiping. Now, you want to be careful with knobs. You can take the knobs off, but you don't want to rub too hard on the knobs, because in some cases you'll take the writing off, and we don't want the writing to come off, do we?
No, we don't.
But we want all the greasy gook to come off. So look at that. Can you see that? So, okay? Again, we just want to take the greasy gunk off. And if you've got little things there like that, get your little toothbrush in there. It'll get that out. Okay? It'll get right in there. And we'll get rid of that gunk. There. I mean, see, you can tell already how much better that is, right?
Yeah.
Whoop. Get the back side if there's grease. Again, sometimes it depends how people cook. And then some people fry everything, and so there was a lot of oil in use. And then once you got the knobs off, get behind the knobs. Take the opportunity to get back there, and we're going to get sort of this backsplash. We're going to get that. So let's take this knob off. So this is what I do sometimes at night. I come and I just get here and I just get to cleaning. Just me and the stoves, and we have a fun time and a nice conversation, and they always appreciate being cleaned. Okay, again, here's the knob. Again, we're just going to go gently, get that gunk off. Okay, get in there with the toothbrush if you got some of these hard to reach areas, and get in there, scrub. Okay, then, so sometimes this back panel is the hardest panel because it really gets splashed a lot. Down here, around the Westinghouse logo, around this outlet, this is where you need your toothbrush, okay? You want to try not to get too much water in the outlet. That's why it's not plugged in. But I'm going to need my hard bristle here. You want to get in there and get that clean. It will come clean. Be gentle, but look. See? See how it's coming back?
Yeah.
Getting that grease off. Okay? Just do it a little at a time. Again, be gentle. So this, what I call level 1 cleaning, is sort of the first pass. And when you're cleaning, see, look at this top. A lot of this is just coming off right now. Now, if it's scratched or whatever, chipped, obviously, there's nothing that this rag and soap is going to do to fix that. But go through this thing. Here, Mare. Go. By the way, what I love about this stove is look at the size of this oven, Mare. Giant. It's not super deep, unfortunately, but it is wide. But up here, see, a lot of this, when the oven is on and stuff is cooking, it comes off the top. Again, I'm just using hot sudsy water and a little Old-fashioned elbow grease. And that is a clean teen right there. Okay? Around the window, again, see all this? I'm going to just get in there. These microfiber cloths do a pretty nice job with it. I actually don't know that I'm going to... I'll get into the oven. It's pretty darn clean. Actually, I'll take the racks out. It just probably will need a good wiping out. But down here, where the drawer is, again, you see all these drip marks. So we're just going to get all this little by little. Okay? So, you know, it's all about putting the time in, all right? And that's kind of how life is. You put the time in and, you know, you reap the benefit of the work. And there's no magic bullet. You want to be, you know, this is a 54 or a 55. Hans Craig, you'll tell me which one it is. We saw a part on the back stamped with the date of 54. So that's why I'm thinking this might be a 54, but it could have been a 55 model. But anyways, so regardless, 54, 55, we're talking about a 65 plus year old piece of equipment. So we want to be gentle with it. But the stoves were built and designed to be cleaned. Understanding that's why they're coated in porcelain enamel, and the enamel on this is pretty thick. Also, Westinghouse, by the way, and John Lefevre told me this, they were the first company, Mayor, that came up with the pull-out elements that you could pull out like this for easy cleaning. So, not all of these vintage stoves have pull-out elements. Some of them just flip up, like the Frigidairs. But here, you've got a drip pan. You know what? Put that in a bucket of hot sudsy water. And underneath the drip pan, you got a drip pan for the drip pan. Okay? So, but we're gonna take this ring off if I can figure out how to do it. They usually come out. There we go. Okay? And you want to, underneath the ring, can you see this, Mare? Yeah. But we're gonna get in there and we're gonna get that clean. Okay? So this is usually called a beauty ring, and it, you know, we'll put it back in place. Anyways, there we go. But the drip pans, these you don't want to immerse. Don't. You can wipe them. You can wipe them with a rag. Don't put these in water. But all of this stuff can go in the water. Okay. So that is just a really brief overview of the kind of stuff that I use and sort of my process for cleaning the stoves. Again, some of them come in pretty nice shape. They were well cared for. What I call low mileage stoves. And then we have other stoves, as you know, sis, they've been around the block a few times, right?
Right.
Kind of like me. And so, you know what, they need a little cleaning up. But any event, the number one thing is just giving it a little TLC, a little elbow grease. Take your time. Use your toothbrushes, nothing abrasive, nothing corrosive, and 98% of what's on these stoves will come off. Some things might require a little deeper attention, but that's it. So you may be seeing this Westinghouse in the studio kitchen in the future once we get her put back together and up and running and cleaned up. And I'm dying to cook on this baby. And think of all the things we can bake in that big oven, right?
Right.
So, anyways, thanks for being a part of this. If you like what we do here, please subscribe or share the video with your friends who are like-minded. Give me a like, and we'll keep them coming. Looking forward to seeing you all very soon. Ralph will be back. He's busy working. So a couple people asked where he's been, but sis, thank you for filling in on the camera.
You're welcome.
You do a great job, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon right here on Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.
Bye.